If he's in a good place, I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him. But he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be an upset.
Shakur will get into a rhythm, he'll have that flow, and he'll just edge him out, but it could be very controversial.
And what Shakur can't afford to do, which he did against Williams Zepeda, is sit on the ropes and show his defensive skills. He needs the footwork, center of the ring, and not let Teo have that forward momentum. You let him get forward momentum.
We get back in, we going at it again, and now I get you to actually start coming at you. And I caught you with a jab or something like that. I caught you, and I'll never forget this. I caught you, and you basically like kind of came over top.
Teddy Atlas has finally shared his prediction for Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, and his take may surprise many fans. Discussing the matchup, Atlas noted that Teofimo Lopez's performances have dipped since his last outing against Arnold Barboza, raising concerns about his consistency. In contrast, Shakur Stevenson earned widespread praise following his fight with William Zepeda, silencing critics who once labeled his style as boring. Atlas believes both fighters still have more to show, making their recent contrasting form a compelling storyline heading into this fight.
If they were down on Teo, they were up as high as you could be on Shakur in his last fight.
Versus Zepeda, no question.
He finally did what people wanted, this young, talented, brilliant talent, brilliant defensive fighter, brilliant guy at control and range, Olympic silver medalist, quick hands, technically solid. He finally satisfied the critics, and he mixed offense with the defense. He sat down, and instead of moving all the time and punching on the move or on the draw back off traps, you know, you come in 5 inches, he goes.
Delivering his verdict, Teddy Atlas explains why Shakur Stevenson enters the fight as the clear favorite, while still acknowledging Teofimo Lopez's dangerous potential. Atlas emphasizes that Teofimo's mentality will be the key factor, pointing out that much of his success and career trajectory has been shaped by his father. According to Teddy, if Teofimo arrives fully prepared and mentally focused, he could pose a serious threat to Stevenson and potentially give him the toughest fight of his career.
Big favorite. It starts for me with Teofimo. Where it starts is, where is he mentally? He's up and down. You know, his father, the whole thing, his father's been with him the whole career. Listen, love him, hate him, his father has been part of getting him to these world titles. He's been part of it. Whatever. He has been up and down mentally. Where's he gonna be? If he's right, if he's stable, if he's in a good place. He seemed to be in a very good place when he fought Lomachenko. If he's in a good place, I think this could be the first time that Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match.
While much of the boxing world views Shakur Stevenson as the superior technician in terms of defense and ring IQ, Teddy Atlas highlights the intangible elements in Teofimo Lopez's style that could push Shakur into uncomfortable territory. He believes that if Teofimo enters the fight with the right mindset, he has all the tools needed to drag Stevenson into deep waters. In Atlas's view, this could become Shakur's first true test against a fighter capable of matching his skill level. However, he insists that Teofimo must exceed his usual performance and bring something extra to secure the win.
And could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do, that he's not as comfortable doing, initiating in certain spots, that I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing.
In his final prediction, Teddy Atlas stresses just how dangerous Teofimo Lopez really is. He points to Teofimo's twitchy movement and explosive power as factors that could gradually wear Shakur Stevenson down as the fight progresses. Atlas believes an upset is possible and adds that the heavy favoritism toward Shakur is somewhat disrespectful to Lopez. According to Teddy, Stevenson must be fully prepared to withstand Teofimo's pressure, because all Lopez needs to do is be better on the night.
And pull off what would be an upset. I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be interesting.
As the stakes continue to rise, the storyline takes another dramatic turn. Trainer Robert Garcia revealed that Shakur Stevenson personally confronted him just a day ago after Garcia picked Teofimo Lopez to win. Reflecting on the moment, Garcia said Shakur appeared visibly upset upon hearing the prediction. While Garcia still believes Stevenson is expected to win comfortably, he also insists that Teofimo will make the fight far more difficult than many expect. Garcia stands by his pick, noting that Shakur's behavior noticeably changed after their conversation.
Look, it's a great fight, and last night I seen Shakur, and he actually told, "Oh, I heard you're picking Teofimo." Look, I picked Teofimo because I like him. Him and his dad, they've always been very cool to me. They're friends. That's why I would love to see him pull it up.
That to you. He saw you. And he said you pick a Teofimo.
Yeah, he's like because he came into our locker room. And he's like, "Oh, I know. I see you picking Teofimo to beat me." I'm picking Teofimo because he's so. I could say they're friends. Good people. His dad's always been very respectful to me. We get along very well, and he's Latino, so I want to see him pull it off. But it's not an easy fight. I think Shakur has the skills, has the style to actually win comfortably.
Robert Garcia's support for Teofimo Lopez is not based on personal relationships with Teofimo or his father. It is rooted in a calculated and honest assessment. Breaking it down, Garcia makes it clear that Teofimo can be extremely dangerous, referencing past performances where Lopez showed explosive power and posed real threats to elite opponents. For that reason, Garcia believes that if Teofimo shows up fully prepared, he has the tools to push Shakur Stevenson into dangerous territory and possibly win the fight.
But if we see a Teofimo that beat Lomachenko or the Josh Taylor.
Oh, Josh Taylor? Yeah.
Then that's a dangerous Teofimo. So I can't wait for that fight. It's to me, it's a 50-50 fight, but I'm cheering for Teofimo.
As anticipation for the fight continues to build, respected boxing journalist Sean Zittel has also shared his perspective. In his latest discussion, Zittel raises serious concerns for Teofimo Lopez, questioning exactly how he plans to defeat Shakur Stevenson. While acknowledging Teofimo's strength at 140 pounds, Zittel points out that in past fights against opponents with similar styles to Stevenson, Lopez has shown strategic lapses and exposed weaknesses.
I think a lot of people feel like Teo being the natural 140 or the bigger, supposed to be the bigger man and the bigger puncher and everything, that he should stalk Shakur. but I feel like I've seen that movie before when he comes in with his lead hand down and he becomes a little predictable. He loses his jab and he basically becomes right hand happy, and he throws it in different ways. He sweeps it to the body, sweeps it to the head, tries to do. Should he use all that athleticism and his angles, and should he be Gordo, like they called him in the amateur? Should he try to outdo what he did against Barboza, which is way different than trying to do it against Shakur Stevenson?
Right.
But if you know, when you've tried to stalk these back foot fighters like Jermaine, like Sandor, and it hasn't made you look at your best.
Sean Zittel advises Teofimo Lopez not to rely on the same game plan he used against Vasyl Lomachenko, explaining that Shakur Stevenson presents a very different, and possibly greater, challenge. According to Zittel, Teofimo must outbox Stevenson and execute a flawless strategy to win. Supporting this view, former world champion Sean Porter adds that Teofimo must fight smarter than ever, apply consistent pressure, and force Stevenson into uncomfortable positions, otherwise victory will remain out of reach.
Can you find a way to make Shakur take that step forward and try to actually outbox and be the more athletic fighter than Shakur and say, no, you take a step forward, at least more than you want to. Obviously, he can't do that all 12 rounds. He's gonna have to press Shakur at different times, but don't do what you did even against Lomachenko. Don't be on the front foot. Try to outbox him, essentially. Make him come forward.
You got to be smart. You know, going into the fight with Adrian Bronner, my dad, as soon as we had that fight signed and everything, my dad, first training camp, training session, I'll never forget, he was like, we're not going at this.
Sean Porter and Sean Zittel have both outlined a detailed game plan for Teofimo Lopez, drawing from Porter's personal experience at the elite level. Their analysis is grounded in the belief that Shakur Stevenson is the rightful favorite in a punch-for-punch comparison, and suggesting otherwise would be disrespectful. For Teofimo to succeed, he must not only be aggressive but also intelligent and calculated, luring Stevenson into traps rather than chasing him recklessly.
Because Shakur is such a sure thing. He's been a sure thing since the day he became a professional. He's the legit favorite.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick against him.
Yeah.
But if Teofimo's gonna do it, does he gotta do a lot of what you just talked about with Jesse in that fight?
Number one, you have to understand that it is possible. I think with Jesse,
it sounded like you were stubborn about it. He's gonna have to be stubborn, and that takes a level of, sounds like, patience and stubbornness at the same time, because punch for punch, Shakur is the more accurate guy with timing and placement. So you're gonna get touched up if you're Teo. Does that make you get desperate and abandon and go, nah, I gotta go get him and get on the front foot and get it right back?
And so, yeah, to that point, there's an amount of patience that has to be there. There has to be an amount of understanding that this might not be going the way it usually goes for me, but as long as I feel comfortable, I'm gonna keep doing